The Mavericks have received Academy of Country Music Awards, Country Music Association Awards, a Grammy Award, 14 singles on the Billboard Country Music charts. Then they broke up. Now celebrating the 20th anniversary with this is a tremendous new CD entitled In Time. It's available on iTunes and Amazon, not at your record stores because there's no more record stores. They're going out on tour and headed to the East Coast. That tour, if you want more information, go to themavericksband.com for details. And now they're back in our arms again. Raul Malo, Paul Deacon, Eddie Perez, Robert Reynolds, Jerry Dale. I have the Mavericks on the line. Welcome to the Marc Berman Show.
Thank
you
so much. What a setup.
So listen, who started the ball rolling to reunite? Was it like the Blues Brothers calling everybody, hey, we're putting the band back together?
Yeah, it was kind of like that, actually.
Yeah. It's a little too close. Yeah. I got to think Raul gets a big bunch of the credit there since he was quite busy with solo career, and I couldn't have known the timing of all of his intentions as a solo artist. But once I heard, and Paul could speak for himself here, but once I heard that there was some interest in doing something, I was not only thrilled that we would get back to playing some of that old music, but I was really, really, I was just knocked out that we were going to do it with new music and do it right. And it touched me, emotionally first because these guys are, longtime brothers, and we had accomplished quite a lot, as you mentioned before. But there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that goes along with making those records over the years. And when you leave and you really just sort of walk away, that the 8 years that had passed didn't give me any certainty that we would ever get back together. Only the right timing and the right sort of state of mind and the right state of musical mind would make that happen. So I was it's partly emotional, and then there's the business side of it, which is gratifying when things are going well. More than anything, I'm spending time out on the road with guys that we've grown up together, and nobody will know you like guys that you travel the planet with, and so it was great. Raul gets the credit for having kind of made that first call, and everything else after that is it's just been a wonderful journey.
Your music's, to me, very unique. However, you win country music awards. Are you a country band? I don't look at it that way. I think you're. I mean, I don't know what category I could put you in. If I had to, party band.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. That's a whole lot better. I wish that was a category.
That'd be awesome. And now for the party band of the year.
Yeah. For party band goes to.
Well, here's the thing. You write sad songs that I want to party to.
Yeah.
Right.
You write this music.
I think that goes back to I don't know, old R&B songs. I love the fact that you can hear a sad blues song, but why do you feel so good after you hear it?
Right. Oh yeah.
It's kind of like that. It's sort of I think music in many ways kind of represents a celebration of life and everything that you go through it. From the tears and the heartache to the joy and and everything in between. So that's okay. I like that sort of little twist on perhaps on a happy melody, to put a sad lyric to it.
Now, who writes most of the music? Because and who are some of the influences on one of your tracks? As long as there's loving tonight, Sam Butera was a friend of mine, and I hear a little Sam Butera, Louie Prima in that track. Was there an intent there?
Man, you hit
nailed it.
That's fine. You hit the nail on the head there. Yeah, those two that you mentioned right there. I think that's a big part of our vocabulary and a big part of our DNA. prided ourselves in whatever we like, whatever our influences are, and certainly Louie Prima and Sambuterra are counted as one of the many. If somehow we can make it sound halfway decent, in the band, and or there's a song that's sort of like that, we have this. I can say proudly that we've kind of we've been able to do that for ourselves. We've been able to really indulge in whatever musical direction we've wanted to go in, and I think that's become part of the repertoire and part of what you're saying earlier. You can't categorize it, and we don't think of it in those terms. To us, we're just a band, that gets to have a lot of fun and gets to play whatever kind of music they want, and whatever kind of music we can. We don't sit here and go, oh, today we're going to play a classical piece by Schubert, but you never know. There might be a little melodic thing or something in there someday that'll creep in. You just never know when that'll happen. And we've always kind of held ourselves to at the very least approach the music in that sort of blank canvas, kind of honest sort of way.
Malo, it's over now, but how cool was it to sing the national anthem at the Brickyard 400? I mean, what do you got, a couple 100,000 people watching you sing one of the hardest songs in the history of the world?
Man, it wasn't cool at all. It was nerve-wracking. Are you kidding me? It was one of the most, because what you don't realize is not only do you have to sing the national anthem, but you just can't imagine how many people are milling about with headsets telling you stuff. And you got one guy, like, you can't see him on camera, but he's signaling you that you've got 10 seconds left because they got to time it with the flyby, by the planes coming by, and then the start of it's just insane. And so thank you for saying that, but it was truly one of the most nerve-wracking things I've ever had to do.
I've got about a minute and a half left. You signed with Valerie Music, Big Machine label group. You're in great company over there. This CD is very well produced. On the Marc Berman Show, when it's very well produced, we encourage headphones for maximum enjoyment. Who produced In Time?
Well, I got to say, myself and Nico Bolas, who was our main engineer. And it's funny because the more we worked on this together, his role really became one of partner to us, mm-hmm. and a musical a musical member of the band in a very technical way, as engineers sometimes do. And he and I have had worked together on a solo record, and I loved working with him, and so when this opportunity came up, I really pushed for him to be with us, and I knew that he would do a great job, and of course he did.
The Mavericks are going out on tour. They're coming to the East Coast. They're going to the West Coast. They're going to the middle of the country. Look, they're going to be everywhere, and you can see them up close and personal. Just get ready to party to sad songs. There's nothing better than it. So listen, I loved having you on the show. If you guys hang in there for 1 second, I'm going to talk to you off the air. And